The thing is, takers will never get tired of taking from you. Takers will take and take and take until you are lying on the floor, bleeding, and your brains are popping out, and takers will still take. They will never get tired of taking from you. But you, my dear, are going to just completely burn out from overgiving to people. It is not cute, okay? In 2024 and beyond, people pleasing isn't cute. We aren't doing that anymore. All right, so if you are sick of being a people pleaser, your battery is drained, your battery is low, you're tired, but you don't know how to stop living in that cycle of just giving and giving because you've just done it for so long, and you just feel bad when you let people down or you disappoint people. Come, buckle up. I'm a recovered, I think, past tense a bit, people pleaser. I spent my entire life people pleasing, and last year I went on this entire journey to recover from people pleasing because my battery was just finished. Like I'd replaced that battery so many times, it died, and I threw it out. Like, listen, I was just done with it. And I'll tell you what was the biggest thing that shifted my people pleasing. I watched this TikTok and I realized that people don't like people pleasers, and someone made, I wish I could find it, but she basically was saying that she doesn't trust people pleasers because she finds them really, really inauthentic and not to be trusted. Because the thing with people pleasers is you really live for other people. You live for other people and you say yes to things you don't want to say yes to. And then you harbor resentment. We're often afraid to speak up and tell the truth. And what really, cause I thought I was just helping people, right? I thought I was being a helpful person and really kind to people, and I thought I was doing a good thing. And it's only seeing it from the perspective of people who don't trust people pleasers, who find us really fake. I didn't understand it. And that video really, really helped change things for me. And she was basically saying that when you're a people pleaser, you do not live an authentic life because you're saying yes to other people. You're keeping up this facade, but you don't really mean it. And the thing with people pleasers, we often also hold resentment. We do all these things for people in the name of sacrifice. We're trying to help them. We're trying to be there for them. But at the end of the day, we then hold resentment when those people don't reciprocate, right? And so that's what she was referring to as, that's kind of fake. Then why did you do it? You know, there are many people who say yes to things not out of obligation, not out of like, I'm going to feel guilty, and. So that was what started to flip the switch. I'm like, oh no, I really got to work on this people pleasing thing because I'm thinking that I'm being like a really good, nice, helpful person, but other people are interpreting it as not genuine and kind of fake, and then we hold all this resentment, and then it's just not cute. You know, if as a people pleaser you've ever done, overextended yourself for people so badly and they never reciprocate, and after some time you start to get bitter about it, and then they turn around and say, I didn't ask you to do all of that. Because it's true. It's true. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you to do all that. Why did you do it? You should have done it willingly. So let's get into some other things that also help me with people pleasing. Let's take a walk. So I think the first thing to realize is that it's not cute. Okay? This is not cute to be a people pleaser. It ain't cute, and you're not actually being a genuine person. And most people pleasers are really, really good people. You're actually a good person. You think you're doing a good thing. So you've got to realize that people pleasing is really, really bad and is really, really damaging for your relationships. And the sooner that you recognize people pleasing as just a bad trait, the sooner you can get to working on it and doing something about it and changing the situation, right? So that's the first step, is recognize that people pleasing isn't cute. It's not. And you've got to realize that it actually makes you not a genuine person. It makes you kind of fake. And deep down inside, you know. I mean, if you're always doing things out of feeling obligated to do so, that's not genuine. You know what it feels like when you really want to do something, and you know how it feels when you just doing something out of guilt. So step number one, realize that it ain't cute. You gotta stop being a people pleaser. But right, easier said than done. Like, okay, so okay, how do I stop being a people pleaser? And for me, it really came from trying to figure out how to then be a more genuine person, how to say the things that I really want to say, how to not be afraid to express myself, my truth, my thoughts, my beliefs. And if you're a chakrahan, I don't know, the throat thing, where you actually have to learn how to speak and tell the truth and to say no and not to over-explain. And it's not a simple one and done thing. It's not very easy, right? And one of the tools that I really, really like is an analogy called the ball of discomfort, right? Where they say that there's this ball of discomfort, right? When something happens, let's say there's an interaction between two people and there's a ball of discomfort. And most of the time with people pleasers, we want to hold the ball of discomfort all the time. So we never want to inconvenience other people. We want other people to be okay and to be happy. So we will always hold the ball of discomfort every single time. right? And they were saying, the people that I learned this analogy from on TikTok, I learned everything from TikTok, that sometimes you have to pass that ball on to somebody else. Give it to somebody else to hold. Why must you always be the one holding the ball of discomfort? Right? So obviously selfish people and narcissistic people, they always let other people hold it. And the more balanced thing is that we need to take turns, right? If you have that one friend that she will never compromise herself, but you always compromise yourself for her, you see, that's not fair. It's a give and take. So every now and then, people pleasers, give the ball of discomfort to somebody else. Let it be somebody else's turn to hold. You can't always be the one holding the ball of discomfort. And going along with that, so what happens when you pass the ball of discomfort to somebody else? That looks like, sorry for all the lights, you know, I'm walking in the street and whatever. So I hope that it's okay with you. Is that you have to learn how to disappoint people. And there's two types of people how they'll react when you disappoint them, right? The right kind of person. Let's talk about the wrong kind of person. If you say no to someone invites you to something that you don't really have time for, and you know you're working on your own stuff, and they invite you to this thing, and you say, no, friend, I have to study for my exam, I can't make it, whatever the case is, and they completely guilt trip you and make you feel worse that you choose to focus on your priorities instead of their thing, and they make you feel bad, and they act all disappointed, and they're so dramatic about it. That's not right. That is a very selfish person, okay? Let me tell you what it looks like when the right kind of people are disappointed by you. Basically what they do is they're like, bummer, I would have really loved for you to be there, but I understand. I'm disappointed, but I understand. And you know what? Good for you, girl. Go study for your exam. You kill it. I'm rooting for you. They can hold two emotions at the same time. They can hold their emotion, right, of being disappointed, but they can also be your friend. But if all they're going to do is hold their emotion of being disappointed and only think about themselves, that is very selfish. And if you have people in your life like that, they're always guilt tripping you. Moms like to do this. Not my mom though. I'm safe. But some of y'all's moms always guilt trip you. You can never say no to your family because it's so drama. It's because your mother's very selfish. If she does that to you, if every time you have to disappoint your mom, she just wants to die. Well, she ain't gonna die. That's the thing. You're gonna die inside. You're gonna wither away in bits and pieces and become a shadow of a person because you've just given all that is you. It's not right. And I'm sorry, but for some of you, you just have to learn how to disappoint your parents quick, fast. There's a band-aid of disappointing your parents, and once you rip off that band-aid of disappointing your parents and choosing yourself to live your life for yourself, you will be free. Because at some point, all of this people pleasing is originally from your parents, and you were doing it at home, and now you're just addicted to it. So you have to go back to the source. The source where it started is the source where you must fix it. And it's a lot easier said than done, I know. But maybe you'll just think about this. You might not do it today, tomorrow, but at least you would have heard me say, go disappoint your parents. Because I promise you, God didn't put you on this life to be a slave to your family. I promise you that. No matter what they tell you, no matter what they tell you about whatever, God didn't put you on this life for you to live your life for other people. You have your own stuff that you were put on this earth to do, okay? And the sooner that you get to doing that, the sooner you can say yes to your calling, your purpose, what you're put on this earth to do, the sooner you're saying yes to God and your own stuff instead of other people who are not really rooting for you. Most human beings want your help, whatever. But if you're unable to provide that help, they should say, oh man, that sucks. Oh, I'm disappointed. But it's okay. It's okay. I understand. You do your thing. I'll see you next time. Okay, so... sorry for going. It just hurts me because there's so many people who are not living their lives. And the worst is to be married or dating a guy like this, you know. Not me though. Y'all be safe. But dating a guy who's a people pleaser is not nice. You know, if you've ever dated a guy who's a people pleaser, he says yes to everyone. He'll damn near leave you, his wife, his baby on the street to go help some stranger. Like, my guy. How? It cannot be like that. It cannot be like that. You cannot choose other people over your own priorities. It cannot be like that. I'm telling you, it's not a way to live. Anyway, so we're going to realize that people pleasing is a bad thing that we need to start working on today. We're going to learn about passing the ball of discomfort to others, and maybe we're going to disappoint our family or somebody today. Get used to learn how it feels when you disappoint other people, and then watch how different people act when you disappoint them. And when you disappoint someone and you can't make it, do not over-explain, okay? Over-explaining is also some trauma response. This is how you say no. No, I'm unavailable for that. Oh, I would have loved to attend, but I'm unable to come. I'm unavailable. Don't over-explain a long story. No long stories, okay? You say, oh man, no man, I would have loved to be there, but unfortunately, I have other commitments, or I'm studying for an exam. Short and sweet. And then start to watch how people react, and then you start to judge their reaction. Because anyone who's going to guilt trip you and make you feel terrible, you need to be suspicious of that person in your life. I told you how they're supposed to react when they are in your corner, okay? So go try that. It's a journey. There are a bunch of therapists on Instagram that I follow that also were very helpful in my people pleasing recovery journey. I'll put some of them on the screen. Follow them, watch their content. It's going to take a long time, but practice, because December is coming, right? In December, around family time, around holidays time, that's when you really have to be strong. And so prepare. Start now and prepare to deal with that. Disappoint your family. You were not put on this earth to be anybody's slave. You have your own dreams, desires, calling, purpose that God placed on your life. And realize that the sooner you stop saying yes to everybody else, you can start saying yes to yourself and your calling. It is not selfish. You are not a selfish person. If you're watching this video, no matter what anyone has ever told you, you are not a selfish person. A selfish person wouldn't even be watching this video. People pleasers are not selfish. No matter what anybody has ever told you, I'm here to tell you, you are not selfish for choosing yourself and your things that you need to work on. If anything, you need to practice being selfish a little bit, because in life we need to be balanced. We need to be in the middle. You can't ever be on the extreme of either end. That's not a good thing. You are not selfish. You're a beautiful person. You don't have to be a people pleaser. You can change how you do things. All right? Great. Let me know if this video helped you and your thoughts, and let me know who you disappointed today. Go disappoint somebody. Come back and tell me how you disappointed them and how they reacted. There's your homework. All right. Bye.